Hey, what's up guys? I'm John. Today we're going to take you on a trip from the old school way from New Orleans to the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. Sit back and enjoy the ride. What's up people? I just wanted to show y'all, anybody interested. I'm just leaving the city of New Orleans right now, headed east. And this is Chef Mentor Highway. About 2 miles back is like, you know, regular city kind of stuff. The Dong Fong bakery where they build the where they bake the king cakes and all that great stuff, where the line goes around the corner and everything. And I'm gonna show y'all where the floodgates are. It's right up here after the turn. You'll see the highway's intersection, and then after the highway splits off, this is Highway 90 east, by the way. We're headed east towards Mississippi, if you hadn't figured that much out. But I'm gonna show you right up here, right after the highway intersection, junction, whatever they call it. You'll see the floodgates where they close in the times of high water. You won't be able to use this highway because they'll close the floodgates. You'll either be stuck in or stuck out, one or the other. Right now we're in the protected water, the protected area of the city that's protected by these floodgates right up here. And they'll close the floodgates, and supposedly it'll help, you know, from the Gulf of Mexico waters. It's actually, I don't know, it's like the Lake Catherine and all that, but it's all connected to the Gulf of Mexico, really close by. Fort Pike is 13 miles up ahead. You'll see that. Well, you won't see it, but that's where. Here's the floodgates right here. I'll show you how. I'll slow down to where it's a big, tall flood wall that protects the city. It's a big levee right there. It's all a levee, and right here is the floodgates. They're on wheels, and I don't think they're electrical, but they're probably easily pushed. See them right there? Those close. Those two walls close, and probably a couple men could push it closed. And this all here is not protected, so that's why you'll see like anything you want saved, anything you want protected is gonna have to be a couple 8-10 feet off the ground in times of high water. Plenty times when the water comes up, the high tides and stuff, this road here will flood. I've driven over it a couple times where it was totally flooded. You know what, maybe like 6 inches of water, but this is a highway, U.S. highway, and the water just totally floods covers this roadway here because it's pretty low. It's almost sea level. There's water that way and there's water that way. This is just a thin strip of highway right here. A lot of boat launches and stuff out here. People go fishing and stuff like that. You see a tugboat right there up on the left. That's a tugboat right there. There's little canals of water and stuff. There's a canal on the left and there's a canal on the right and all that good stuff. Yeah, I just wanted to show you all that. Anybody interested in seeing that? Alright, probably got another 10 miles to Fort Pike. We're gonna go through the Wrigleys, several bridges. Probably 3 or 4 bridges, and then when we cross the Pearl River Bridge, we get to Mississippi. Yeah, welcome back. I've only driven a couple of miles, but it opens up to 4 lanes here. It's not 4 lanes for very long. Still, technically, I think we're in New Orleans, but it's Venetian Isles, areas called Venetian Isles and stuff like that. It's pretty far out. It's probably 20-25 minutes from downtown at least. Maybe half an hour from downtown. Yeah, right up here is a little area called Venetian Isles, I believe. It's a little, still got blue signs, so yeah, Venetian Isles, that's what it's called. They're all raised. They're on little strips of canals that lead out into the lake and stuff like that. They're all raised homes. They're all on water. It's a pretty nice area, but if you want to live, if you don't mind living in a raised home, off the Venetian Venetian Isles neighborhood. See boats, there's a bunch of canals like right there. Like isles, just like in Venetia, I guess they're trying to say. Here's a little gas station. There's not much out here. Kind of like nothing out here. That little gas station's closed down, by the way. There's a little boat dock, and several of these bridges that go over water. There's Fort McComb right there. Venetian Isles, Fort McComb. Several of these old bridges. They want you to go like 25 miles. There's a little train bridge over there. They want you to go real slow on these bridges because they're pretty old. I think the speed limit is 25, if I'm not mistaken. UNO has a little fisheries, wetlands kind of place out here for the students to study on the effects of all the wetlands and stuff like that. The ecosystem, I guess. I don't know what they're studying. They're doing some kind of marine biology stuff. Yeah, now it's back to one lane. This is a street where Jayne Mansfield lost her life, and the driver of the car, and I think maybe one other person. All the kids lived in the back seat. I did a video on that already though. It's probably a couple miles up, maybe 3 or 4 miles up at least. Maybe like 8 or 9 miles up, I'm not sure. It's just a windy road, and I can see how at nighttime it's would not be very much fun driving this at night without any lights. A bunch of people drunk and stuff doing 60, 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour. See? Up ahead there'll be several camps. Fishing camps and weekend homes for people and stuff like that. Alright, be back in a minute. What's up, guys? Whoa. Trying to turn the radio down. One hand, not good. Yeah, I guess I should have told y'all that this was originally the only way to get to Mississippi Gulf Coast from New Orleans until like the 60s when they built the Interstate System. The Interstate System goes over the lake. It's like a 5-mile bridge over that way. It's like a 5-mile bridge. You can barely see it. It connects like New Orleans East to Slidell. You can see it probably there. But yeah, they got, and over here it used to be the only way. So Highway 90. All these new camps. I mean, they have some really nice camps out here now. They call them camps, but bigger than my house, which ain't saying much. But most of these are way bigger than my house. But they're all, you know, 10 to 15 feet above the ground. Got a little old man in a go-kart. That was funny. Yeah, you have to have a go-kart or something, or some kind of four-wheeler to get around. Yeah, Jayne Mansfield, that site's behind us now. We're almost to what they call the Wrigleys, which is a series of bridges, like one big bridge and like a series of small bridges across little bodies of water. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for pulling out in front of me. Appreciate it. Yep. Today is Good Friday. Sunday's Easter Sunday. A lot of Catholics out in this area. Plenty Catholics, Christians. The signs are still blue, so that means we're still in the city of New Orleans, I believe. Still considered the city of New Orleans. Right up here is where the bridge is, I believe. And once you cross that, you'll be in St. Tammany Parish, I believe. A lot of bars and people spend the nights out here and go fishing in the morning. It's the Fort Pike historical site. They it's closed, I believe. Yeah, I see the gates. They closed it a couple years ago due to staffing. The state didn't have enough money to fund the staffing anymore, which is really sad. Because it's a couple hundred years old. If you can see anything there, but it was to defend the city a couple hundred years ago. This bridge is new, by the way. I'm sure you can figure out. It's a much bigger built bridge since Katrina. The one that Katrina got wiped out, I believe. It was old, real old. And now this nice new bridge they built here. It's about 13 years ago. Katrina was 2005, if you didn't know. August 29th, 2005. That's a date where pretty much everyone's memory is etched in stone that lived it during that time around here. August 29th, 2005, where plenty of people's lives changed forever. That way is to Slidell. That's the road to Slidell. Yeah, now we're only about maybe 6 or 8 miles, maybe 10, 6 to 8, 10 miles from Mississippi state line. Yeah, we're crossing another bridge. We got Swamp Tour parking to the right. Swamp Tour, little dealie goes. See several shuttle buses and stuff. Shuttle people from French Quarter out here. This is the West Pearl River. See several people in boats over there. They go on a little swamp tour, they show them alligators and stuff like that. Pay probably 40, 50 bucks and they get a big thrill out of it, and it's great. Yeah, it's great. Well, definitely not worth 50 bucks. I don't know what they charge, but it's probably 40, 50 bucks. Maybe more with the shuttle. 60, 70 bucks, I don't no idea. But whatever they charge, probably not worth it. I mean, it's not worth it to local people, but I guess if you're from Pennsylvania or Colorado, it might be something to see. I don't know. I guess it is, because they've been doing it for years. That's the West Pearl River. I think that used to be the original Pearl River. Now that it broke off into two, a west and an east Pearl River. And now the east, what they call it, they don't call it the East Pearl River, I guess. They just call it the Pearl River, but they just call it the Pearl River, but the current Pearl River is the state line, which is right up here, another couple miles. See you in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Peace out, guys. Like I said, there's several little bayous and bodies of water, little canals that have these little bridges like this. I just passed one a minute ago, and there's another one. A lot of bodies of waters out here. I don't know if you can see it, going kind of fast, doing about 65 miles an hour. Yeah, there's several bayous, little canals of water. I mean, it's all water out here. It's just more water than land, actually, if you look that way. There's another little bridge over a little canal. I think after this one is no more little bridges. Yep, that's the Pearl River Bridge right up here. That's what they call it, bridge opens, or it turns or something to allow big ships to go through, like sailboats and stuff, to get out into the Gulf, because obviously the bridge doesn't go up, cars don't travel high over the water. It's barely 10 feet over the water, if I had to guess. But I'll show you what this is. The Mississippi. This is the Mississippi state line up here. Then once you get into Mississippi, it's like a lot of land. It's not as much bayous and stuff anymore. This is the Pearl River boat launch here. That's the Pearl River. That's the bridge. Yeah, we're about ready to go over. That sign right there says "Welcome to Louisiana." This is yeah, they do call it the East Pearl River. I just thought it was the Pearl River, but I think most people just refer to it as the Pearl River. They don't really leave the east part because this is a much bigger river now. It's a pretty dangerous body of water. And we're taking the kids to swim in it, but not really the river part where the little breaks off into little canals and stuff. They get on a boat and go for a little boat ride. Because all up in there is camps. Yeah, this is Mississippi. Pearlington, Mississippi. And named after the Pearl River, of course. See this little cash loan store be up on stilts. Raised 10 feet off the ground, 15 feet off the ground. Same thing over there. One last bayou called the Cohen Bar Bayou. There's a Lorraine Cohen Road in Gulfport, actually. I don't know who Mr. Cohen was, but that little bayou named after him. Here's a welcome to Mississippi sign. Alright guys, I just want to show you all that. You go up about another 10 minutes and you'll be to the main 607, Highway 607, Highway 90 drag, which will open up to 4 lanes. Be 2 lanes each way, and I'll continue on that towards Bay St. Louis.